Your life is worth recording.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit Hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Well, hello, and thank you for joining me today on the Hopefulist. I hope you're excited for your daily dose of inspiration and positivity. The quote of the day: I am keeping a diary so that someday it will keep me when nothing's left except memories. So true, right? We predominantly keep a diary for ourselves so we can go back and look at the amazing things that have happened to us throughout our lives. 15 days until Christmas. Boy, it's coming up quick, huh? December 10th. Crazy. Crazy, I tell you. Tucker has an appointment for a pampering today. That is what her groomer calls it. And I have the most amazing groomer that comes right to the house, comes into my bathroom, and does it right here. So for all of the people, and there are many, who really hate to drop off their pet to get groomed because they don't know what happens when they're not there, this is the perfect solution. I've even had people not like the mobile groomers that take the dog into the truck outside the house because, again, you don't know how they're being treated. And granted, I'm not in the bathroom with her, but I hear her talking to Tucker the entire time. And I'm a little disappointed that today's the day of her pampering because Tucker is at her peak cuteness right now. I like her a little fuzzy. I do. And I've talked about this before where she gets to this point where she is just so freaking adorable. And then a week later, she'll look like she's homeless. But she's at her peak cuteness right now. And I had even joked with Joe earlier in the week. I said, I think I'm going to cancel her appointment. I said, because she's at peak cuteness. And he just looked at her and he said, she is cute. So the next time I make an appointment, I think I'm going to put it off for another 2 weeks. I think this time I just waited 3 months. I typically wait 4 months, I think. But for some reason, I think we only did 3 months this time. So maybe I'll do 3.5. Because I think the 4 months was too long, so then I went 3 months. So now we're going to do 3.5. But Tucker, I don't think she enjoys her pampering as much as we would like to think that she does. But the groomer says that she's always very good for her because she loves people. She just loves people. So I will post a picture after she is de-cuted today. She's a different kind of cute after she gets groomed. But we'll see how it goes. She'll be fine. She's still cute. She knows it, too. She totally knows it. Little bugger. Wanted to ask about your favorite Christmas songs. I have to say, I'm pretty shocked at the amount of people who said the same song. Now, it's a good song. Don't get me wrong. I just didn't expect so many people to say it. I've got at least 5 people here on my little survey saying, "Oh, Holy Night." It is a great song. No doubt about it. I even have somebody who specifically said the version by Josh Groban. That's her absolute favorite, Melissa. I chose Sleigh Ride by Leroy Anderson, and you may not be familiar with it because it's one of those songs you don't really know the name of, so I'm just going to play a little tiny bit of it. All right, come on, play. It's not working. I don't know why it's not working. Darn it. It's okay. It's, you know what? I have it on my music. Let me see. I really want to play a little bit of it. Just a little bit of it. Just a tiny little bit. Okay, that's enough. But you know that song. You guys all know that song, right? You just didn't know that's what it was called and who it was by, right? That's a great song. I love it. We've been having some fun with it with our neighbors. We've been playing it, and my neighbor Karen plays the air flute. Her husband Keith likes to do the clapping noises and the whipping sounds of the horses. We're having way too much fun with it. So that is my favorite Christmas song. Now, Linda says Christmas Canon by Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I'm not sure of that one in particular. I do love Christmas Eve in Sarajevo, which is by Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Predominantly their songs are instrumental. Marcy says Sleigh Ride performed by the Boston Pops. Jen says Anything by Josh Groban. His voice is amazing. Alexis says The Little Drummer Boy. Mary says The Bells of Christmas, Julie Andrews, 1965, a childhood memory that has never left me. And then she put in that her husband Steve's catchy one is Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. My little catchy one is Haul Out the Holly. We need a little Christmas. We need a little Christmas right this very minute. That's right. I actually just purchased that song. Denise says, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Gigi says, Step Into Christmas by Elton John. Kate says, White Christmas. It's my favorite movie, too. Cheryl says, Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses. Val says, Santa Baby. And quite a few for Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. So a little bit of variety there. But yeah, Oh Holy Night, man, that is the winner by far. If there was a winner, that would be it. Moving on to the blog post for today. We are talking about journaling all this week, and your life is worth recording. The most basic form of journaling is keeping a diary of our lives. The word diary usually emits memories of our 12-year-old selves, writing down everything that happened in our day. I remember reading through some of my younger years in the diary, and I would write things like, I had a Milky Way today. And honestly, that was big news in my life. We did not get options to have candy bars very often in our house. Now, some people keep this up their whole lives. And then there are others that give up after a certain point. I can tell you this. There's nothing as fascinating than reading your own diary. Admittedly, this is something I've not been great at keeping up with through the years. I even have a dedicated book to keeping a diary, but I haven't written in it in years. Now, I was keeping up with it pretty good a few years back when we first bought our house. We had company every weekend. I would write in it at least once a week to cover our weekends, who had visited, the amounts of food that we would make our guests eat. I talked about how much fun and, just basically what we all did. But once fall came around and the company stopped, I stopped keeping track, and I really need to pick it up again. The quote above, which was the quote of the day, I'm keeping a diary so that someday it will keep me when nothing's left except memories. It's really, really resonating with me. Also, to keep in mind, I can't speak for you, but I have a terrible memory. So this is a good way to keep track of things we may never think of again. As with free writing, journaling, this is a way to work through things as well. If there is a situation that happened that you don't quite understand, just the art of writing it down can bring some clarity. It slows you down enough to see things from a different perspective. That can give you a whole new understanding into situations or events that may have happened. Mostly, though, it is a record keeper. Maybe your children will love to read it one day when you are gone. Or Maybe they will find your story so fascinating, they will make it into book form and have it published. I'm sure Anne Frank never dreamed anyone would read her diary, let alone become famous when millions of people read it. But even if no one reads it, but you, that's okay. It's meant to be for you. If it becomes more than that, great. But the main purpose is to be able to look back and remember, read with wonder at what an amazing life you have led. It's Thursday already. Oh my goodness. Have a fabulous day and be badass. I'm always here cheering you on.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit Hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
Your memories are worth the time it takes to write them down. So do it.